All right. Hey, everyone. So are you ready to go deep?
Always.
Awesome. Let's do it. Today, we are taking a deep dive into the world of coming-of-age stories.
Interesting.
And we've got a YouTuber who's giving us their take on 5 books that they found really relatable. And then we've also got this article that's asking this super thought-provoking question, like, are coming-of-age stories actually a thing of the past in, like, the TikTok era?
Right.
Or are they just, like, transforming?
Yeah. Are they evolving?
Yeah.
Coming of age is a universal thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we all go through it in some way, shape, or form. So how are authors adapting to a new generation?
Yeah, exactly.
To new ways of consuming content?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I'm excited to dive in. What about you?
Oh, I am too.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So let's start with those books.
Okay.
This YouTuber, Haley, from Empocha Blanket Club, she put together a list of 5 coming-of-age novels that just, like, really resonated with her. And I gotta say, like, she's chosen such a good, like, diverse group of stories.
I love that.
Which I really appreciate.
Yeah. It's so important to see that representation in these stories. Because, like you said, coming of age is universal, but everyone's experience is unique.
Yeah.
So to have those different voices,
Absolutely,
those different perspectives.
Yes.
That's key.
So first up, she's recommending How to Make a Wish by Ashley Herring Blake.
Okay.
Have you heard of this one?
I haven't, no.
So this is a sapphic romance.
Okay.
Which means that it features a love story between 2 women. And it's about this character, Grace, who is dealing with grief and a super complicated relationship with her mom.
Wow.
And, like, just all those big, scary, but exciting feelings of self-discovery.
I mean, those are the hallmarks of a coming-of-age story, right?
Totally.
The figuring out who you are, where you belong. It's relatable no matter your background.
Exactly. Okay, next up, Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers.
Right.
So this one follows Grace Porter, who's a recent college grad.
Okay.
And she wakes up after this, like, crazy Vegas trip.
Oh, boy.
Married to a total stranger.
That's a plot twist.
I know. That's a wild way to start a book. But
sure.
I feel like it would definitely pull you in.
Definitely.
I'll keep reading.
Yeah.
So it seems like it's dealing with a lot of those anxieties of, like, post-college life.
Right, that in-between phase when you're not quite a student anymore.
Right.
But you're not fully launched into adulthood either.
Yeah, like, who even am I now?
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, next on Haley's list we have With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo.
Okay.
This one seems so perfect for anyone who's about to graduate high school or just facing those huge, like, life transitions in general. So it's about Imani, who's a high school senior, and she's a mom. And she's got this dream of going to culinary school.
That's a lot to juggle.
I know.
At that age, especially. But it sounds like a story about resilience.
Yeah.
About determination.
Yeah, totally.
Overcoming obstacles.
Definitely. Now, for those who like a little fantasy mixed in with their coming of age, Haley recommends Fireheart Tiger by Aliette de Boudard.
Interesting title.
It is, right. It's a sapphic fantasy novella about a princess who has to prove herself, but she's also trying to find her own path, like, amidst all this political turmoil.
So there's that personal coming-of-age journey, but also this larger societal context.
Yes, exactly.
Right, and the personal and the political interwoven.
Yes, I love that. Okay, and her last pick, such a fun age, by Keely Reid.
Okay.
This one seems like it dives into some pretty heavy stuff.
Right.
Like race, adulthood, just all the messy complexities of the world we live in. It follows Emra, a young black woman who's working as a nanny for a white family. And there's this incident that happens that kind of forces everyone to confront some hard truths.
So it's tackling some really important issues.
Yes.
About race and class and privilege.
Yeah, and
it sounds like a powerful read.
Yeah, and it made me think about something you mentioned earlier about the importance of diverse voices in these stories.
Absolutely.
Especially those written by black authors.
Yes, absolutely.
Like Nick Stone.
Yes.
Jason Reynolds.
Love him.
Jacqueline Woodson.
Such a talented writer.
I know, they're all amazing.
Their work is so important for young black readers to see themselves reflected in these stories, these characters.
Yes, I totally agree. And speaking of Nick Stone, I was reading this interview with her, and she said, coming-of-age stories are more important than ever for black youth. They serve as a mirror for self-reflection and a window into experiences beyond one's own.
That's beautifully put.
I know.
And it's so true. It highlights the power of representation.
Yeah.
Seeing yourself in a story can be transformative.
And that actually leads us perfectly into this article that's kind of arguing that the coming-of-age genre itself is going through like a transformation.
Makes sense, right?
Right. I mean, the world is changing. So it stands to reason that the stories we tell about growing up would change too.
Totally.
It's like, are these stories dying out, or are they simply adapting to the times?
Yeah, that's the big question, right?
It is.
So, what are your initial thoughts on that?